What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Thursday. You know it's a thirsty Thursday. I can barely say it. Need something to drink. Hold up. I think that's gasoline. I just drank gasoline. Just kidding. All right. Today we're doing our post-spring position grade breakdowns. I can't say that. It's too many words. Tight ends. We're talking about the freaking tight ends, all right? We're reassessing the situation after the coming out of the spring practice schedule and all that, and the spring game. So kind of reassessing where the tight end group stands. It's needs some work. Not a lot of depth there. So we're going to talk about some snap counts from last year and some PFF grades from last year on the guys that are left. Actually lost some dudes. So anyway, let's get into it. So let's look at the depth chart here. Off the top, you got your redshirt senior, G. Scott Jr., then redshirt freshman, Jelani Thurman. Will Kacmarek is a redshirt junior. Patrick Gerd is a walk-on, and he's a redshirt junior as well. And then Bennett Christian is a redshirt sophomore. Remember, Christian had the PED suspension last year. So we're going to get into, let's talk snap counts from last season. G. Scott had 350. Patrick Gerd had 39. Jelani had 24. And only played in the limited four. He had 2 snaps also against Missouri in the Cotton Bowl. So not a lot of snaps coming back. You lost Cade Stover. You lost Joe Royer. So, yeah. And you lost some guys that didn't even play. So the Buckeyes had 2 tight ends pop in the portal back in December. So we went into spring with just 4 scholarship tight ends. They like to have 5. I would aim towards 6 because they like to run 12 personnel so many times. So 5th-year senior G. Scott Jr. is no longer a former receiver. Redshirt freshman Jelani Thurman. He had a good start to his career last spring. Then you got Ohio University transfer Will Kacmarek. He's been brought in to fill a glaring need. And then you got redshirt sophomore Bennett Christian, missed last year and needs to make up for lost time. Then walk-on Patrick Gerd will provide a fullback role in a tight end body, so kind of that Mitch Rossi role. Expectations going into spring was that G. Scott would be the leader in the room. He would be the number 1 tight end throughout camp, and then he would get pushed by Kacmarek and Jelani Thurman. That's what we expected, right? Now, coming out of spring, G. Scott is still the number 1 tight end, no doubt about it. He was there as a leader in the room and on the offense. He's continued to grow into the position, and he has been a tight end for 4 years. So that's why he's no longer a former receiver. He's a tight end. Will Kacmarek is still transitioning from OU to OSU. Jelani Thurman is still transitioning into a big-time tight end at a big-time school. And Bennett Christian is really just an unknown. We have no idea what we have there. So the surprise was that walk-on Patrick Gerd is being used as a fullback or a blocking tight end. He would fill that Mitch Rossi role in the offense. We haven't had for a couple of years. He's a utility guy, and that could give Chip Kelly some options in the running game as well. So something to keep in the back of your mind. Question is, Will Kacmarek, will he be ready to contribute this year? He has the size and the physicality. The coaches love his approach. Of course, it's a huge step from Ohio to Ohio State. His hard work and effort will help him in that transition, but he also, along with his working against the Ohio State defense, will help make him better or crack him, break him. But going forward, Jelani Thurman continues to develop over the offseason. That includes the weight room, learning the offense still, reps with the quarterbacks, everything it takes to be a complete tight end at this level. For somebody of his size and ability, he must be a willing blocker. Jelani has the potential to do it all, the big P word, right? but he needs to be more consistent so the coaches can rely on him and get him in there, snap after snap. A major concern from this group is the entire group itself. It's fair to doubt G. Scott until he proves that he can handle all the requirements of the position. Scott will have his opportunity to make plays and prove people wrong, though. So are we sure there are two consistent tight ends for this offense to run 12 personnel right now? So far, it's been a bit of an unknown as to whether or not they have two guys they can play. It was a positive spring overall for the tight ends, but do we have two you can plug into a game? Transfer tight end Will Kacmarek had a quote on being a Buckeye. He said, quote, "I knew since high school I had this in me. I mean, I'm trying to play the best football possible, trying to be the best player possible. So I think that was just in the back of my head, knowing that I can be at this level. It's a dream come true. Ever since I've been young, it's been a dream to play at the highest level. And now that I'm here, it's really exciting and I'm pumped for this opportunity." Okay, we're excited for you. Yeah, I'm not going to bang on that. Okay, so looking at some PFF grades from last year, from returning guys only, G. Scott Jr. has the worst run block grade of all the tight ends from last season. He was a 41.1 run blocking in 208 snaps. That's horrible. That's worse than bad. And then Patrick Gurd just had 29 run blocking snaps. He had a 49.1. So if you're going to use him in the running game as a fullback or anything, you're going to have to work on that run blocking. And Jelani, he only had 19 run blocking snaps, and he graded out a 73.9 over those 19. So good, good, not great. As far as receiving goes for the tight ends, it's really not a big focus, especially now that Cade's gone. I mean, Jelani and G will probably take over more of that receiver role for the tight ends, but still, last year, Jelani had 2 catches for 18 yards. Gurd had 1 for 9, and G. Scott had 10 for 70. So, again, not a lot of experience in the passing game here. Yeah. So, it's going to take some work for this group. I don't know. Keenan Bailey's got his work cut out for him, man. I really wish they would go into portal and get somebody, not just a warm body, but there has to be someone that can come in and compete with, Gurd and Kacmarek and Thurman, especially if you want to run 2 tight end sets often, you got to have 2 good quality, reliable tight ends, Anyways, please visit the BuckeyeCast.com. Check out the video vault. Check out the shop, everything. And please make sure you subscribe and hit like on the video as well. If you're listening on podcasts, I would love it if you give us a 5-star review. So I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.